So when we say that we've got a carbonyl compound, it simply means it's a compound that contains a carbonyl group. So a compound, the organic compound that has got a carbonyl group in it. Masikhuluma nge-carbonyl group, sikhumbule ukuthi a carbonyl group simply is a carbon that has got a double bond to an oxygen. So masikhuluma nge-carbonyl group is just a carbon double bond oxygen. So that is a carbonyl group. So any compound contains a carbonyl group. This is those compounds that we're going to talk about. For example, examples of carbonyl compounds is ketones. So our song I just ketones, they've got something like this. Carbon on the other side. And then in between these two carbons, another carbonyl group here. So if a carbonyl group is found between two carbons by ketone, I'm sure you know that from high school. And then magu aldehyde, the carbonyl group iba terminal carbon, means you're gonna find it where at the end. Magu aldehyde, the carbon double bond oxygen we thola ekugcineni, we carbon eseqaleni noma usungathi ekugcineni. But sibiza nge-terminal carbon, the aldehyde layer. So it can be ketones, it can be aldehydes, it can be carboxylic acids. Now carboxylic acids now, they are also containing a carbonyl group phakathi, okay? Although thina sibiza nge-carboxyl mase iphelele, but a carboxylic acid has got this functional group like this. This is a functional group of a carboxylic acid, the one esiyaziyo from high school. So basically, carboxylic acid nakhona, they still have low carbon double bond oxygen, which we say is known as the carbonyl group. So esikhuluma nje ngama compounds lawo nje, as long as no carbon double bond oxygen, it's a carbonyl group lento lena. But mase uyihlanganise yonke, high school we call it a carboxyl group angisho. But if it's just the carbon double bond oxygen, we say it's a carbonyl group. So since we now know how they look like, let's get used to this notation. Mangikhuluma ngo-R laphaya, just so that you don't get confused. If I write OR, it just simply means this is a chain of carbons. Okay, it's just a carbon chain. So let's just look at the format esoyisebenzisa to do wonke lama structures abantu bangadideki. So OR represents a carbon chain. Ngenze ukuthi a chain enabo carbon about 3, enabo carbon about 4 or 6 or whatever. Let's say we've got a chain having 6 carbons or having 3 carbons. Instead of ukuthi sibenze bonke abo 3 carbons, generally we can just write it as OR. So OR is just a carbon chain. It's just a chain of abo carbon in simple terms. So it's an alkyl chain. Normally you can say it's a carbon chain. So please get used to this notation. So a functional group yama ketones siyazi ukuthi kanjani angisho. A functional group yama ketones I want to write it in form of E code kancane. It's R C O R prime kanjani. So we have got a carbon chain, just means it's just a line of carbon. A chain then abo carbon that is bonded to what? That is bonded to one carbon here, and then that carbon iba ne double bond oxygen. So you're in a carbonyl group here. And then after lapho, there's another carbon chain, a So it means that we have got at least 2 carbon chains on either sides of any of low carbon or no double bond oxygen. So this is a functional group for ketones. When we write it, it's very important to say, this is RC. They say low oxygen lona, you put it in the brackets. Why do you put oxygen in the brackets? It is because low oxygen lona, it is only bonded to this carbon. So the carbon lena ion in oxygen. This other chain doesn't have oxygen. So muzoibhala as ORCOR prime, it will be wrong, because you'll be assuming the oxygen lona is bonded to what? To this carbon as well. So ukufaka lo bracket lona is to symbolize ukuthi this oxygen is only bonded to ubani? To lo carbon lona esimbonayo lana. So this is the functional group for ketones. And for aldehydes, we know we must have what? We must have a carbon chain bonded to a carbon. Now carbon wetula. This is a carbon, and then double bonded to an oxygen, and then must be bonded to a hydrogen. So in this case, for a aldehyde, we must have a carbon chain, OR. It's just a carbon chain. Then kumele sibe ne-carbon that is double bonded to oxygen and also bonded to hydrogen. But this is the functional group except for for umethanol. Umethanol, I'm sure we know that we only have got one carbon ion. So umethanol, most of the times we write it like this, we draw it like this, kanjen, to show that this is only one carbon, S9. We only have one carbon, and that carbon is bonded to about hydrogen about 2, and an oxygen. So this is known as umethanol, or you can say it's known as a formaldehyde. So a formaldehyde is just an aldehyde with only one carbon. Siyawona ngisho ama-functional group. Anzima wabamba iwona-ke ama-functional group-ke. So this one is for ketones, and then the other one is for aldehydes. Just a reminder of something that we already did from high school level and stuff. Okay, so from there on here, manje, we need to look at the naming, the nomenclature of aldehydes and ketones. How do we give them names? So we look at the naming of aldehydes and ketones. So how do we name aldehydes and ketones? I'm sure you already know the basic naming structure from a high school. We're just gonna build on that. So first of all, aldehydes were to their different types. The first type of aldehydes that we have are those known as aliphatic aldehydes. Not really what you should know the term, but just know that they are aliphatic. But if they are aliphatic, it simply means they have got what? They've got just a single chain. It's just a normal aldehyde that you are used to. For example, if we say we have got an aldehyde that has got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 carbons. They say the carbon is 5, no double bond oxygen, then a single bond to hydrogen. This is just a normal aldehyde. So we say these are aliphatic aldehydes. They don't have any complexity. It's only one functional group, okay, and it's found in low carbon, low sekugcineni. So these ones are easier to name. You know them from high school. For example, this one, this is 1 carbon, 2 carbon, 3 carbon, 4 carbon, 5 carbon. So in our 5 carbons, so we're gonna say this is pentanol. So for aliphatic aldehydes, the last part or the suffix of the name must have ubani, must have al. So the suffix must have al, meaning ukuthi ekugcineni kwegama lakho kumele ufake ubani, al. Yeah, those are just the simple ones. They must just have al nje ekugcineni. We can have other substituents, mhlambe sibe no Cl, like this one that I have in my book. This one nakhona, it is still a normal aldehyde. There is only one functional group, okay? But here, haloalkanes, this is a halogen, jalo, chlorine is a halogen. But at the same time, ngalena, we have a functional group yani, aldehydes. So this one, it takes preference over uban, over OCl. So we just call this the aldehyde. I see haloalkane then. The aldehyde, but that is substituted with uban, with OCl. So it's an aldehyde that contains a chlorine inside, a chlorine atom inside. So how would we name this? Must we name, obviously, we count from the carbon closer to the functional group as always. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 5 carbons in the main chain. So it means igama lethu uzwa no pentanol. But here on carbon number 5, you can see we are bonding with ubani, with Cl. So we must first mention the substituent on this aliphatic aldehyde. The substituent is found on position 5, and it is chloro, because Cl, when we put it as a substituent, is chloro, and then this is pentanol. This is pentanol. So this is 5 chloropentanol. So it's just simple, right? Simple, Agesh. Yes. So yeah, these are the basic ones. And they can also have a ring, of course. They can have a ring, a benzene ring. Remember the benzene ring from second year level. Here it is. They can have a benzene ring, aldehyde yako. Let's just say 9. This is an aldehyde. Okay, let's just make it 2 carbons. Kanjen. Okay, so this is an aldehyde that has got a benzene ring. So if we want to name this, So once the benzene ring, we say it's known as a phenyl group angisho. When it's a substituent, sibiza ngani? The phenyl group. So here, this is a phenyl group. And then masibuke aldehyde yethu lana, our aldehyde is having how many carbons? The aldehydes, this straight chain is having 1, 2 carbons. So if we didn't have this substituent, bese ibiza ngani lena? Bese ibiza ngo-ethanol angisho. Yes, if we didn't have, pretend we didn't have the ring lane, we would call this ethanol because there will only be 1 and 2 carbons. Skhumbule until the carbon lena, it is found on the ring, so you don't count it. So this would be ethanol if we were to call it alone. But this is a substituent. Okay, so basically lana ke uzozibuza ke uthi why did I count from this group until seyangalena? It's because vele the aldehyde group, it takes precedence over a phenyl group, because this is just abocarbon. Abocarbon, they don't have that much strength, so this is still an aldehyde, but it has got a phenyl group here. It has got a phenyl group, so you can now mention what's in it. This is a 2-phenyl ethanol, but you can just say this is phenyl ethanol. You can just say this is a phenyl ethanol. You can just say phenyl ethanol without mentioning your 2, because this is the only substituent econ. So it's phenyl for this substituent, and then ethanol for the factor chain. We have got 2 carbons in our aldehyde straight chain. So there are many other examples that we can do, but this is basic aldehydes, which I said are aliphatic aldehydes. But we can have another naming criteria. So if we have got an aldehyde with a CHO directly attached, so I said the CHO is directly attached to a ring. Let's look at the scenario whereby we have got what? We have got an aldehyde whereby the CHO group is directly attached to a ring. Ama rings is now, usually we use our benzene ring. As long as we cyclic structure, that's a ring. So you can have benzene ring. This is a benzene ring. If it happens with your CHO group, which is your aldehyde, a functional group for aldehyde, is directly attached to the benzene ring engine. So this is a CHO that is directly attached to a benzene ring. That's the first scenario. So lana here, when you have got that scenario, masinema, we mention the name of the ring. So you mention the ring name, and then ekugcineni you put carbaldehyde, yeah, carbaldehyde. So if you have got if lo CHO wakho, like this functional group CHO, like lo carbon bonded to oxygen bonded to hydrogen, if it is directly attached to a ring, meaning within lo carbon lona wakule aldehyde is directly attached to the ring itself. Akufani nale previous scenario that we had, whereby we had something like this. Akufani lana, because this carbon that has got the functional group CHO ayikho attached to the ring directly angisho. It is attached to carbon number 2, then carbon 2 is attached to the ring. But if it happens that this aldehyde group is attached directly on the ring, then we mention the ring name, then the last part of the name is in carbaldehyde. For example, lana our ring, it is benzene ring angisho. So when you name it, you're gonna say this is benzene carbaldehyde. So you can say this is benzene carbaldehyde. So this is the ring name, then the carbaldehyde at the end. It's because CHO wako or attached directly to the ring. Or the common name for this one, we just say this is benzaldehyde. We just say this is benzaldehyde. From second year level, the common name for this is just a benzaldehyde. But it's still acceptable to write benzene carbaldehyde. Let's use another ring. It's uksukancane. That is not a benzene ring. Okay, this ring, it is what? What is the name of the ring? Cycle what? Cycloband le ring len. Okay, in iyiphi homologous series qala yale ring alone. Don't count this. It's an alkane actually because they are only single bonds. And because it's cyclic, masinema, we start with a cycle. Then we count how many carbons are making that cycle. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is cyclohexane. That's the name of the ring. So the functional group of aldehydes, which is the CHO group. Now we have to end with any carbaldehyde. So the name is cyclohexane. The name of the ring is cyclohexane. But when you end with ubani carbaldehyde. That is because your carbon that has got your CHO group, basically the CHO group, the functional group for aldehydes, is directly attached to what? It's directly attached to the ring itself. So if une aldehyde group yakho noma this CHO group is directly attached to the ring, what do? You first write the ring name, then ubhala carbaldehyde after that. Is that hard? Ayikho nzima ngisho. Ngazi guys, ayisafuna ukuproject lento le. Otherwise there wouldn't be a need to write each and everything. 6619. Yeah. So this is the second naming criteria for aldehydes. So yeah, nothing much more about aldehydes. Sazobona namanye. But now let's look at ketones again. For ketones, so let's say these are aliphatic ketones. You can go ahead and try to see the name aliphatic. What does it actually mean? To better understand it, yeah. Got this projecting man. Okay, so ketones, aliphatic ketones. Ilama ketones is what it means that the ketone is the functional group. So basically, if we have got maybe a ketone, a simple ketone ganjen. Okay, this is a ketone angish because it's not a carbonyl group. This carbon in a double bond oxygen is between two other carbons. So this is a ketone. If you wanna name it, you just say this is carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this has to be heptanol angish. Hepten bani 3 on njalo. So the last part of the names of ketones, we end with ubani, O-N-E, or U1. So this is heptan 3 on, or you can say this is 3 heptanon. Yeah. And then you can do the same for many other examples. You can also have an aliphatic ketone whereby on an allylic group. So now iketone yakho manje at this point in a double bond. We always say every functional group in oxygen iyona determine the type of compound that we are having. So here we are having a functional group of an alkene. We're also having functional group of a ketone, which is the carbonyl group in the middle of two carbons. So which one takes precedence? Always lena in oxygen yaphambili. So if a functional group yakho oxygen, ion is a determiner the type of compound. So unless this is an alkene because there's a double bond, no. We'll say that this is a ketone because this functional group is the one that decides the type of homologous series. Same applies even if on a halogen like we did at first land. Here we had OCl, it's a halogen angish. We wouldn't say that this is a haloalkane because the carbon double bond oxygen, this carbonyl group, it is more powerful than a halogen. Therefore, determining what the compound here is actually an aldehyde rather than a what? Rather than a haloalkane. So basically, my functional group out 2, you should just know that the oxygen one, the one having oxygen, iona in a first priority. So in this case, we have got this group. If it's a double bond, its name, the name of a double bond group. In a double bond group. Sesikhohliwe allyl group. Allyl means double bond, simply that. So lana, you can just say this is an allyl ketone. But if you want to name it properly, you can just do IUPAC naming and say this is carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's say we are showing you, since this is 7 carbons, you must have a hept in your name. And then on carbon number 6, you have got what? You have got an in. This is a group. So if it's an alkene, remember we end with an in. But we still have the fact that this is a ketone. So on carbon number 3, we have got what? We have got the ketone functional group. So this is a ketone, but it has got a bit of an in pagat. But I will choose E alkene. Low ENE simply means that you have a double bond on carbon number 6. It tells us that this is a what? There is a double bond, but the compound as a whole, many put no ONE to show that this is a what? This is a ketone. Or you can say that this is an allyl, the other name that you can use. You can say this is an allyl ethyl ketone. So this is the other option that you can use. So this side in a double bond, you just call it an allyl. This side in a double bond, like the entire chain that has got a double bond. Then the other side of, I'm sure this is our functional group, it's more like it serves as a border. On one side is maintain a double bond, we say this whole thing is known as a what? As an allyl group or an allylic group. And then on the other side is none, says nabo carbon about 2. So that's more like an ethyl. So when you are naming it using another way, you can just say this is allyl ethyl ketone. So it means on one side of the functional group we have a double bond, on another side we have what? We have an ethyl group. We have an ethyl, like 2 carbons. It's an ethyl leon. Yeah, so this is another way that you can use, but this is the IUPAC way. It's preferable to IUPAC way. Now Lana, you can do the same thing. Your functional group, it serves as a what? As a boundary. On one side of the functional group, we have got a chain that has got how many carbons on this side? The functional group. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the chain engalena in a 4 carbons. So that's a butyl. So you can say this is butyl. On the other side, we've got what? We've got ethyl. So this is ethyl. Then you write ketone at the end. So you can say this is butyl ethyl ketone. It simply means that on one side of the functional group, we've got a butyl group. Butyl simply means that we've got 4 carbons. And then on the other side, we've got what? We've got 2 carbons, an ethyl group. But this is the IUPAC name. Siyayibona ngisho. Yabonakala indlela yokuname. But usually take the IUPAC for safety purposes. But this is another option. In case if your question is ovela with this naming, you must be able to draw the structure. Yeah, so that's the basic way. Then if we look at our common names, the common names of these ketones and aldehydes. So common names of ketones and aldehydes. Iwaphi ama names that are common for ketones and aldehydes. Okay, so this ketone, this is the first ketone that we have. The ketone lena, it is having how many carbons? 1, 2, 3. Well, for us to have a ketone, the minimum number of carbons now must be what? 3. Mawungaba 2 carbons, ingaba khona ketone? No, because the double bond is wasegcineni. But because we want the double bond to be between at least 2 carbons, like the carbon having a double bond oxygen must be between 2 other carbons. That is why this is the smallest. This is the smallest ketone that you can have. So the name here, IUPAC name, we can say this is what? IUPAC name it's what? Propanone. You can just say propanone or you can say 2-propanone. But the common name that we use is acetone. So this is a common name, acetone. So acetone is a common name for propanone. There is no need to indicate in number a carbon lana because this is the OE. We can only have the double bond here on carbon number 2, mawi ketone. So it's a propanone, or you can say it's acetone. This is a common name. Another common name, it is the one having a benzene ring. When we have a benzene ring and then we are bonding to a ketone that has got one carbon, this is known as acetophenone. So this is acetophenone. I'm sure you know this from organic chemistry too. Acetophenone. It's a common name. Acetophenone is a ketone that has got one carbon on one side, and then on the other side it's a ring, it's a benzene ring. So it's acetophenone. Okay. What is the other way that you can name this? Singayinema kanjani lento le method le yokuhlukanisa la. Now, what can we give the name? What other name can we give to this compound? What other name? Kumbula sisi ubuka on both sides of this functional group. I'm sure this is the functional group. On one side is nani? Sisine carbon A1 angisho. How do we name that? Methyl. On the other side is nani? Sino benzene ring. How do we name it? Phenyl. So this is methyl phenyl ketone. So you can give it a name and say this is methyl phenyl ketone. It simply means ukuthi lena ketone enjani ewukuthi on one side of the carbonyl group sine carbon oyi-1 kuphela. So that's a methyl carbon. And then on the other side we have got what? We have got a benzene ring. That's a phenyl. So this is methyl phenyl ketone. We can also have something like this. The common name for this one. Now we have got a benzene ring, and then we have got another benzene ring again. This one, how can we name this one? How can we name this one? I think we can take, okay, the common name, I'll give you the common name there. The common name is benzophenone. So this is benzophenone, that's the common name. But as I mentioned, how can we name it? Singathi yini igama layo? Singayinema kanjani? Khumulani phela si uma la u-carbonyl group ubuka on one side usikunani, on the other side ikunani. Bese uyababhala lezi ezikhona. Sinani? Okay, ngibuza ukuthi sinani on this side ke okungcono. Sinophenyl angisho. Ngalena sinani? Sinophenyl omunye. So sinawo phenyl abawu-2 angisho. So that's diphenyl ketone. So you can say that this is a diphenyl ketone. So ama ketones, you just name them in that way. Diphenyl ketone. Sayibona ngisho. Yeah. So these are the common names. Ekumele siwakhumbule. Ngicela siwakhumbuleni lamagama lawo ngizowasebenzisa as time goes on. The other common names, basically it can happen with a functional group aba ama substituents. For example, sakhumbula ngisho sisho lapho ukuthi if we are having an alkene, this allylic group, a double bond, and then siphinde sibe nani ne-carbonyl group lapha ye-ketone, we say we are having two functional groups indeed, but one of them takes precedence over the other, meaning we say AA1 iyona ezodetermine the type of compound. So shuthi le enye sibiza ngani i-substituent. Shuthi akusese i-functional group le sibiza ngani nge-substituent. That is why singagcini ngayo masibhala igama, because masibhala igama khumbulani we must end with the name of the homologous series angisho. In this case, this was a ketone because this one was more powerful than the double bond. So it can happen within your functional group can act as a substituent, okay, depending on which one is more powerful. So if this is the powerful functional group, iyon ezodetermine ukuthi this is a ketone, but le functional group sibiza ngani yona i-substituent. Makuyi-double bond, i-substituent yethu sibiza ngani nge-allyl group. It's an allyl group. That's why I say this is allyl ethyl ketone. It's an allyl group. Okay, so we need to also know ukuthi mawukuthi ke sine aldehyde that let's just say when a functional group is a substituent, so when the functional group is a substituent, let us just say mhlambe ke kwi-compound yakho we have got a carboxylic group, and we also have got a group yama aldehydes as well. So which one will take precedence? Let's just say we have got this compound that has got a carbon double bond oxygen bonded to hydrogen, and then naku, and then naku, and then naku, bonded to O, bonded to OH. So now the compound is containing two functional groups, right? We can see on one side we are having what? We are having a functional group for an aldehyde. On the other side, what is this functional group? It's for a carboxylic acid, and it's a carboxyl group. So this is carboxyl group, but on the other side we have got the group for aldehyde. So which one is more powerful between the carboxyl group and the functional group for aldehydes? Which one is more powerful? One, carboxyl angisho, because it has got more oxygens. Remember, the more the oxygens that we have in a functional group, the more powerful it is. Choose the functional group in our oxygen abancane, even less powerful than functional group in our oxygen abaning. That is why when we look at this one, it only has one oxygen. But Lena A carboxyl group, it has got what? Two oxygens. This is more powerful. So we can say with a compound H is actually having this as the functional group. So it's a carboxylic acid. So what does this mean for this substituent or for this other functional group? By substituent. So njengoba I substituent kanjena siyibiza ngani mase soyibhala ke soyibhala kanjani? Sizi formyl group. So that's why when you call it a formyl group. So this is a formyl group. Or you can say it's a methanoyl group. So it's a formyl group or it's a methanoyl group. So you can name using a formyl group noma a methanoyl group. Let's say sifuna ukuname le compound yamanje. Sithe carboxylic acid angisho. Because the functional group for carboxylic acid is more dominant than the one for aldehydes. So we're going to count carbon from this one. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 carbons in our carboxylic acid. So this is supposed to have pentanoic acid at some point. So this is supposed to have pentanoic acid. But because there is a substituent on carbon number 5, that substituent, we call it ubani formyl group, or you can call it ubani methanoyl. But if you want to indicate its position, so here we have got 5 methanoyl. Now 5 methanoyl pentanoic acid. So the 5 methanoyl, it shows us what's in it. We do have the functional group for aldehydes, but the functional group injani, it is a substituent because khona a powerful ukudlula yona. Sayibona nje leyo nto. So lena yini imethanoyl. And simthola carbon number 5. So this is 5 methanoyl pentanoic acid. Sayibona ngisho. Yes. What if we have something like this? Let's just take this one. It's a benzene ring. Kani class lingenayo. Alright. This one is a benzene ring. Let's have ubani. This functional group here. Okay. Hey, so now you get benzene ring here. In our functional group also angish. So we have got this one for carboxylic acids angish. It's a carboxyl group. Then we have got this one for aldehydes. So this is for a carboxylic acid, this is for aldehydes. If more powerful, ile ama-carboxylic acid angisho. So essentially you can say this is a carboxylic acid. But this one, ama-aldehydes esele sithi ini yona i-substituent. So le substituent lena siyibiza ngani? Nge-formyl noma siyibiza ngani? Nge-methanoyl. So when you want to mention inamba yayo, call it methanoyl, yabo. For example lana, if this is the functional groups, it means this is carbon number 1 angisho. This must be carbon number 2. This must be carbon number 3. I'm sure we know how to number the carbons. So if this is carbon 1, this must be 2. We cannot say this is 1, 2, no. Because funitile substituent wenani, the lowest number possible. So this is carbon 1, carbon 2. So on carbon 2, we've got a methanoyl group. So lona ubani u2 methanoyl. This is 2 methanoyl. And then this benzene that has got a carboxylic acid, sibiza ngani ngoje? The benzoic acid angisho. Yes. Benzoic acid. So you can say this is 2 methanol benzoic acid. Or you can say that this is orthoformyl benzoic acid. So you can say 2 methanol benzoic acid, normal can say orthoformyl benzoic acid. I just have to ortho shooting and show from second day. Ortho means that they are just next to each other. But when you use the ortho, try to use the formyl. But when you use a number, use methanoyl. Yeah. So this is how we name if the functional group of aldehydes is a substituent. Let's look at other substituents besides aldehydes. We can have other substituents such as acetyl group. Okay, so if it happens with into yethu is bonded to a carbon double bond oxygen with a hydrogen. So I want to lento le isuka phi lena ngisho. I-aldehyde that has got only okay, let's see an aldehyde that has got 2 carbons. Sibiza ngani ngambe? U-ethanol angisho. And ethanol, the other name is acetyl. Yabo. So basically, this is an aldehyde. Let's just write it as an aldehyde for now. This is an aldehyde having 2 carbons. So what if that aldehyde having 2 carbons is bonded to another thing instead? Sibiza ngani? Sibiza nge-acetyl group. So it's an acetyl group. So this is acetyl group. For example, if I bond this mhlampe with a, let's just make an example. So it's now we have a benzene ring. Now benzene yethu. This is our benzene ring. And then on our benzene ring, let's have SO3H here. And then para to this, let's have ubani. Let's have this carbon double bond oxygen. Carbon double bond oxygen bonded to another carbon. Now, so lana we've got to SO3H. I'm sure we know that this is a functional group for benzene sulfonic acid. Yes. So from first year, if you exclude the part, or from second year, if you exclude the part, this is benzene sulfonic acid. But manje niwa sesifaka le part lena, which is a ketone, kind of a ketone. It's not really an aldehyde anymore because there's no carbon lana ngisho. This is a ketone that has got 2 carbons, 1, 2. So that's what, that's actually acetone. Yes, it's coming from acetone. But masi lana siuza ngani nge-acetyl. Okay, I just want to let you know it's like a ketone that is like this. This is a ketone angish that has got 3 carbons, right? This is what this is acetone angish. So now if we remove 1 carbon and we just say let this bond to something else, instead of saying acetone, that's what acetyl. So this is a substituent. It is no longer a functional group for ketones, but is now a what? A substituent. Because this one has got more power than this one, because Lena in more oxygen, it's not 3 oxygens actually. So it's more powerful than the what? Than this acetyl group. So when you name it, this is, you can say that this is carbon 1, carbon 2, carbon 3, and carbon 4. So acetyl, another name for it, you can say this is ethanoyl group. Methanoyl, kumbula, it is that one of the aldehyde as a substituent. If the functional group of a ketone is a substituent, it's what? Ethanoyl. Normally you can say acetyl. So lana, remember, if you want to use a number, you use the ethanoyl. But if you want to use the auto parameter, you use the acetyl. So this ethanoyl group is on carbon 4. So this is 4 ethanoyl benzene sulfonic acid. So this is 4 ethanoyl benzene sulfonic acid, because on carbon number 4 we've got an ethanoyl group. So this is supposed to be functional group ketone, but because it is now a substituent, since this one has got more oxygen, it's more powerful. It's a more powerful functional group. Or you can say that this is what? This is para-acetyl benzene sulfonic acid. So when we use the para, it simply means that these ones are opposite to one another. I should say as the para positioning means what? From second year, opposite to one another. So you can say para-acetyl benzene sulfonic acid, or you can say 4 ethanoyl benzene sulfonic acid. Sayibona ngisho. Yes. Okay. So I say sesiyakwazi ukuname now. I'm sure sesi right. Basic physical properties of lama carbonyl containing compounds. Carbonyl containing compounds, they've got a slightly higher boiling point than hydrocarbons. Why is that? Let's look at that. Physical properties. All right. So a carbonyl group, I should remember, it's a carbon double bond oxygen. It has got some polarity. It's a polar group. Why do we say that? It's because oxygen actually is more electronegative than carbon. So it's always pulling electrons closer to it. So whenever you have got a carbonyl group, we say that it's a polar. It is polar. That is why it is responsible for producing any dipole forces. It's dipole because it's a polar molecule. It's a polar group. So when we are having any compound that contains a carbonyl group, such as a ketone, an aldehyde, alcohols, carboxylic acids, or alcohol doesn't have that. But basically, if we take a hydrocarbon, for example, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a butane, butane lone. So butane doesn't have any oxygen. Butane is non-polar. There is no polarity land because there is nothing on some electrons. We just have carbon and nitrogen only. So here there is no polarity. So we're gonna have weak London forces here. You guys know that we've got London dispersion forces. So we've got London dispersion forces if we've got what? A hydrocarbon, because there is no polarity land. It's not polar. I should say as a polarity. Yes. And then for carbonyl containing compounds, compounds that have got a carbonyl group parts. Let's say I take the same similar compound, but now I put a carbonyl group. So this is now, it's still having the same number of carbons. It's still having a similar molecular mass. It's just that the oxygen is heavier, but it's having a similar molecular mass. So thing is, forces esoba now are going to be dipole forces, because this is a carbon double bond oxygen. This carbon double bond oxygen, carbonyl group, polar. So it produces, it results in what? In dipole interactions. So dipole forces, they ought to be more stronger than what? Than London dispersion forces. So automatically, boiling points of any compound that has got a carbonyl group will be slightly higher than what, or will be higher than lawan hydrocarbons, even if they can have the same molecular mass. Because ungabilisa izinto eziwu-2 ezilinganayo ngesisindo nge-mass ziyalingana lezo zinto, but because of these bonds between them, those things will not boil at the same temperature. Sayibona ngisho leyo nto. Yes. Mangathatha for example ngithathe amanzi ngiwabilise bese ngithathe enye chemical ehlukile ngiyibilise nayo. All of them, they look liquid, they look alike and stuff like that, and anesisindo esifanayo. They all weigh the same mass, but the forces between them are different. So masinama dipole forces abanjani strong. So we need to have a greater boiling point on this side. Sayibona ngisho. Yeah. So it's like ubilisa usu, siyazi usu lithatha isikhathi ukubila ngisho. Khona wazopheka usu la usu lithatha isikhathi ukubila. Bese ke uthathe nani ebila amasisha mhlawumbe ama noodles. Uthathe okusinda ngendlela efanayo bese ukubilise ngesikhathi esifanayo ngamanzi afanayo ngetemperature efanayo. But usu lolo aluzukuvutha, aluzukuba soft masisha ngenxa yokuthi liqinile. Ngokufana ke lana lama compounds lawo that have got the carbonyl group, they take longer to boil. They've got higher boiling points than the hydrocarbons. But this is lower than what? Than the alcohols. Because the alcohols, remember, some alcohols, they've got what? They've got alcohols, they've got hydrogen bonding, and hydrogen bonding is the strongest intermolecular force. So it's stronger than just this dipole. So we know whenever you are given a comparison, the physical properties of those, yeah, that's how they are like. Think ukuthi ngizwakele lapho. Khona nombuzo what so far? Noma siyayizwa yonke into engisho. Khona nombuzo? Okay. So we can say in basic terms that's that's all. Oh, another thing that Doc mentioned, solubility. Okay, so this was boiling point and melting point, right? So the boiling and melting points, ketones, carbonyl containing compounds such as aldehydes and ketones, they have greater than hydrocarbons, but they are smaller than what? Than carboxylic acid and alcohols, because labo banama strong hydrogen bond. Another property that Doc mentioned, which is very important, is the solubility. So solubility, what is solubility kambe? Masikhuluma nge-solubility of a certain substance, funa ubona ukuthi iyadissolve yini emanzini. So the solubility in water, here we are interested in the solubility in water. So ama-carbonyl compounds, amaningi wakhona awakwazi ukudissolve in water, okay? But there are other ones that can dissolve better in water. So I think if this projection allows me to show you this, now. For example, this is formaldehyde, is the aldehyde with one carbon, methanol. This one, it is very soluble in water. Then we go to acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde, it is the one having 2 carbons. It is not soluble in water. Okay? And then asingawanaki lawa ama hydrocarbons, they are most of them they are soluble. And then basically if you keep on increasing the number of carbons in the chain, its solubility it decreases. So if sinabo carbon abaningi in your compound, then we're gonna have what? We're gonna have low chances of dissolving there. So insolubility of formaldehyde. Formaldehyde angisho is just something like this. This is formaldehyde. Now, this is the aldehyde with 1 carbon. So the formaldehyde soluble in water. If they say give a diagram to express that, because basically into soluble, it simply means it makes an interaction with water. They say amanda incibilikisa leyo nto. Njengoshukela, njengosawoti, bonke banjani ba soluble in water. So when you put ushukela emanzini and then you agoqoza laphaya, the water molecules, they are making hydrogen bonds with the sugar molecules, because sugar is glucose, and then due to those hydrogen bonds, they have effect with each other in such a way they end up changing its state yale compound from solid to liquid. That's why you can't dissolve a. So basically, to express that using a diagram, this is very soluble. We just need to show a water molecule. A water molecule is just an oxygen bonded with what? With our hydrogen, with two lone pairs. Let me just write let's just write another formaldehyde line. So now nangu formaldehyde wethu noma umethanol wethu simfaka uphi, simfaka emanzini. You are trying to dissolve it. What will show that this will dissolve indeed? We can see here we've got hydrogen, here we've got oxygen. So there's an interaction between lauma molecules out two. So we can have an intermolecular force lab. And in this case, what is the intermolecular force between the hydrogen and the oxygen? What do you call it? Hydrogen bond. Awantini hydrogen bond. Hydrogen bonds means hydrogen is bonding with either oxygen, nitrogen, or fluorine. So once you see an interaction between our molecules out to ahlukile, and then that interaction is through a hydrogen and oxygen, that's a hydrogen bond. And this hydrogen and this oxygen will also have interaction as well. So the moment they have interaction, it means lento yakho izokwazi ukudissolve. But if we're having too many carbons, if we take something else that has got more carbons, maybe we say this is your aldehyde. So le aldehyde yakho lena manje sinabo carbon abaningi labaya. Labo carbon abaningi, they prevent it from interacting with what? With water. So this hydrogen, even if you put a water molecule, the interaction between the hydrogen and water molecules will become way more weaker. So basically, the smaller the carbon chain of ilotunjani, of the aldehyde yako or ketone yako, the more soluble it can be in water. So this is a diagram to represent that. We must just show we've got formaldehyde molecules inside, and then because lo H na lo O bayalink kwenzeka ini hydrogen bonding. So magni hydrogen bonding shuthi lento lezo kwazi kanjani ukudissolve emanzini. Sayibona ngisho. You kind of get the sense. Sayithola yini? All right. Okay, so that's it. So lezi zinabo benzene yabo ubenzophenone. Ubenzophenone samkhumbula ngisho. Ubenzophenone wona ke it is not soluble in water. Acetophenone as well, it is not soluble in water as well. Because those ones uyabona inobenzene inabo carbon abaningi kakhulu, so we can never have those intermolecular forces. So automatically the solubility in water there, it will be insoluble. Sayibona ngisho. Awesome. Yeah. So that's all about the basic introduction to this. So manje, I'm sure now we have a better idea of what are carbonyl containing compounds.